Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck and this is Calmsden, episode 8. As you can see, we skipped a couple of months from, October I think is where the episode 7 was, to now we're in December. And we've got a full load of barley here that we're bringing over to sell because we finally hit the high price for barley, or close enough that I thought it was worth selling a load. And also you can see we're driving a lorry with a trailer on the back, or a semi as we call them here in the States, but since this is an English map, I'm going to call it a lorry because I believe that's what they call it over there. So this one holds a front and a back section, both full with barley, and we're going to look at the barley price here real quick. And it is, I believe, 1,119, and the high there is 1,134. So here we're at Farm Bay 1. This is the best price that we've seen, and anything over 1,100 is great. So we're going to go ahead and dump this front half, and you can see that going now, and then we'll pull forward here in a second and dump the back half as well. Alright, and it looks like about 22,000, 22 and a half. For half that load, so we'll dump that here in the back half of the trailer as well. And I haven't quite decided how much we're going to sell, but I think this is all we're going to sell today for the barley. And then we'll start selling wheat. So another 22,000, and let's look here. We'll pull off to the side and kind of park this up for a second. Or, yep, we're going to back this up here, and we'll leave this kind of here till the next time we need to bring a load down, which will be in January, I'm pretty sure. Cover the top of that and check our prices, or check our spreadsheet here, I mean. There we are. Nope. Where? All right, here's the cost. So you can see in December, we have made 45,000 in harvest income. So those two loads, or that one load, I guess, is 45,000. So, and then here we are, just time jumped to January, and now we've got a trailer full of wheat. So we're doing the same thing here in January, but we're doing it with wheat. And again, wheat was the largest field that we had when we started this, so we have a ton of wheat. So we're probably going to do a couple of loads here and just take a look at overall what we're getting. And this is let's see. Gonna dump the back trailer first, it looks like, and then we'll probably back up and dump the front trailer. And I think we're gonna get a little bit less for the wheat than we did for the barley, but that's okay because we have a little bit more wheat than we did in barley. Oh, 24,000 is that? I don't have my glasses on, so I can't actually see that very well from here. But yeah, 24,000 I think, and we should get about the same here for the front half. And January is the high price for wheat, or at least according to that chart. So we're going to go ahead and unload quite a bit of this wheat today as well. And then we'll probably leave one tipper full, or two maybe, for the chickens. But I believe the chickens can eat barley or wheat, so either of those should be fine for them. And if not, it's just the wheat. I know they can definitely eat that, so maybe we'll save that for them. Oop, don't mind the bump there as we make our way back out. So we'll head back down to our grain silo on our farm and go ahead and get some of that. Now, it is snowing, as you can see, I'm sure, and the roads are a little bit slick. So I've actually, hopefully I won't wipe out again, but I kind of, with this full semi load of wheat, I slid around a little bit off the road a little bit earlier, so hopefully we can drive a little bit safer on the way back here. Well, I misspoke a little bit before that time lapse. It looks like we actually went back to the farm and grabbed barley instead of wheat. And I think that is because we decided that there would be more wheat available for the chickens, and I don't think they eat the barley. So this full load of 42,000 liters was of barley, and we're getting a better price now. We're getting, I believe, 1,134 per liter, or per 1,000 liters that we drop off. So as you can see, that was about 20. We'll wait for it to pop up and get here, but it should be 23, maybe 25,000 per half of this lorry there. But we're going to go ahead and take a look. So 1,134 for barley. And here we made 94,000 today between one full load of wheat and one full load of barley. So that is the harvest off of our year one. Wanted to make sure you guys saw those numbers before we moved on. And so here we are switching over to April. So again, I skipped a couple of months. There wasn't a whole lot going on the farm. Wanted to kind of move forward. And so this is that field that we did the precision farming stuff on to raise the sodium and pH values. And so we're going to go ahead and start planting, and it looks like we're doing soybeans here. So going to go ahead and get this planter running on this field, field 6, which is our one that wasn't planted in the fall. So this is our first spring crop, and we're direct drilling, and precision farming has sort of made a change. That's a different field state than we used to get when we direct drilled. When we direct drilled those other fields, we went straight to what looked like a cultivated or planted state. This looks more like that mulched or soil tillage state of ground that you can get by using a power harrow. But it is planted because we did check it on the map there. So we're going to go ahead and start planting soybeans on this field. I'm going to obviously do a lap around the outside to kind of square it off, and then we'll kind of get going in the middle here in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to a time lapse for the planting here, and then we will get that done and kind of move forward. But yeah, I wanted to make sure you guys saw that harvest information from December and January to see what we did get for that grain that we harvested way back in Calmsden episode 1, so, and 2 and 3. I think we had a lot of harvest at the beginning of this. So wanted to make sure you guys saw where the money was coming from, and that is from selling those, that basically 2 lorries full of barley and 1 lorry full of wheat. And we got 45,000 in December and 94,000 in January. All right, well, now I'm going to switch to the time lapse. I'll catch up with you guys here a little bit later in planting field 6. And welcome back. As you can see, during that time lapse, I kind of hugged the tree line on the north and eastern side of the field, but I'm leaving basically a headland on the south and the west side, or at least the west side at this point. We haven't really done anything with the south side, but I'm manually doing this, but I'm not lined up on my normal 90 degrees and 270. I'm trying to follow the lay of the land, so to speak, follow the shape and get these diagonal rows. So I'm actually not using a worker to plant this one. I went ahead and decided to just go ahead and do it myself at these angles and to see how I can do. So we're direct drilling, which is better for our environmental score anyway in precision farming, and we're working some angles. So you can see I missed a little bit off to the left there. Still trying to find the right angle, but as you're kind of doing fields this big, if you miss a little bit like that, it's really not worth going back and going over it, because you're going to get such a little return or yield from that, and you're obviously spreading seed in such a wide area. It just doesn't make sense, and you would never actually do that in real life either, because then you'd double seed a row and then you'd get weird germination problems and things like that. So we're just going to keep working this angle with the direct drill kind of all the way across, and I'm leaving that, this is something I don't normally do, but I'm leaving that headlands on that south and that west side because we're actually going to plant it like you would in real life if you were actually doing it, where you would, since you're turning around on that, you don't want to plant that early, you want to plant that last. So and we'll see it here when we get down to the end of the field again before we turn around. I'm leaving essentially one width of the planter approximately, so I don't know, what is this, 5 yards, I want to say 5 or 6 yards, that I'm trying to leave kind of at the end, and you can kind of see it where the lime is there at the end of the field. So this way I can come back around and kind of wrap this all up, which I will do at the end of the video after all the time lapses and everything. So this will give an opportunity to kind of clean it up. I guess I went a little bit closer there, so we will be double planting on just a small portion of that, and that doesn't hurt anything in FS22, but you wouldn't want to do that too terribly much in real life, because you'd be wasting seed and or overplanting the area, so you wouldn't get as strong of crops there. But as you can see, we're getting this planted state, and here we're going to actually overlap quite a bit on this one to try to straighten ourselves out and figure out this angle. So I'm going to cut to another time lapse as I finish off this field, or at least the main part of it, but I will make sure at the end of the video to leave a little bit of me kind of wrapping up those edges as we close out. So hang in there for another time lapse and a musical interlude, and I will be back shortly. Thanks for watching. promised, I am back at the end of the episode here to show you how I am wrapping up that section that I left around the outside of the field to kind of close it off. So that was a longer time lapse than I normally do, but played a couple of songs for you. Hope you enjoyed it, but it did take me a while, obviously, to plant this whole field. So wanted to make sure you guys got to see that because I didn't hire a worker this time. I actually did it all myself, which I'm kind of proud of. So hopefully you made it this far in the video. I'm not sure how many people stuck out that 6-minute break with the time lapse, but regardless, it feels really good to close out the field and to make sure everything fits within one width. So here's the triangles from the angles, and as you can see, we're closing those off. We're going to go ahead and just go with the turn of the field like so to wrap up. And then here you can see all those kind of jagged lines or jagged area from where I started and stopped all of those diagonal rows down here on field 6. I actually had a lot of fun planting this field, to be honest. Doing it at the angle was a little different than I normally do, trying to figure out when to start and stop to make sure I had one width of a planter left here was another part of it. And you know, I just kind of really enjoyed planting this field this way. I think I might do more like this in the future, depending on how it all works out. But that, I wanted to make sure you guys got to see that, me closing up the field and wrapping up the rest of the planting of those soybeans. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look at the map. This is the soil information that we got from originally doing the soil sampling, and now it is all growing, which is excellent. Didn't miss any big swatches, so that's a plus. And we're going to go ahead and drive this equipment back to the farm, get it parked up, and maybe even cleaned. We'll see. It's a little dirty, and we've been working hard today, so time to get a clean tractor maybe. So we're going to come back here to the yard, get this taken care of. As you can see, our crops on field 3 are looking great in the April. We did miss that row there, you can see, but for the most part those look good. And here's the new power washer we just had installed on the farm earlier in April. And excuse me. So we'll go ahead and give the John Deere a little bit of a clean because it's done working, and then we're going to get this planter cleaned off as well because it worked hard today. And like I said, it's I don't always get to plant those whole fields myself because I'm usually trying to do 2 or 3 things at once, but it's very rewarding to actually have just done that whole field manually without a worker. So hope you guys enjoyed it too. Hope you guys made it this far. If you did, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments that you made it to the end of the video. Also, subscribe if you haven't, ring that bell if you want alerts when new episodes comes out, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in another video shortly. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.